What up, guys? Kevin here. Or should I say Super Sony Bro? I'm going to go Super Sony Bro Kevin here. I'm going to put on my Sony cap. You know, I root for Xbox on this channel. I like to be very upfront and like to make fun of PlayStation. However, this is a huge L. A huge L. This L, I think, is bigger than delaying Redfall and Starfield combined last year. This is oh my God. Let me channel my inner Angry Joe. You done fucked up. Redfall, what is this? What is this? Let me tell you what it is. Redfall is launching on Xbox consoles with quality mode only. Quality mode only. Xbox Series X 4K 30 FPS, Series S 1440p 30 FPS. 60 FPS performance mode will be added via game update at a later date. You know what that later date is? That later date is now the new release date for Redfall. And probably Starfield as well, because I guarantee you Starfield is going to launch same thing, 30 FPS. Delay it. We got Hi-Fi Rush. We got, what else? Minecraft Legends. I ain't playing that shit. Forza. I mean, we don't even have a Forza release date. This is a huge L. And I would be surprised if it doesn't get delayed. If it doesn't get delayed, that means that performance mode update is probably a long time away. Like, to an extent to where, like, yeah, we can't wait. We got to get it out the door. I would say wait. What a huge fucking L. Here's the thing. Like, PlayStation can afford this type of stuff, yet they don't do it. All their games launch in performance mode. They do. And then later it gets added, you know, they add 120 and New Game Plus and all that. All the stuff that doesn't matter too much. At launch, Redfall is only 4K 30, which sounds so fucking dumb on the world's most powerful console, the Xbox Series X, which I do believe, and I still believe that. I know I'm seeing people like, oh, maybe it's the hardware. No, I don't think it's their hardware. What's so different between a Series X and a PC? Am I going to be able to play it on PC at 60? I can't wait to see the PC performance. I'm always a believer that these developers just don't like to spend time making the Series X version because PS5's in the lead. Well, now that it's Series X and S only, there's no excuse. And I love making fun of Sony, but I feel like an issue like this, let's just say Spider-Man 2 is going through this right now internally. It either gets delayed or it's all hands on deck. They got every developer and their mom that works at Sony helping out Insomniac to get it working at 60. That's what Xbox needs to do. They need to get the Coalition. They need to get Ninja Theory. They need to get everybody. Rehire everyone that you fired at 343. Maybe they could stay home. No, good luck to them. Hopefully they find something new. Get everybody over at Arcane and figure this shit out. This is not acceptable. About every game runs at 60 FPS. There's been a couple, but this is a shooter. And not only that, all the trailers have been in 60 FPS. This came across Phil Spencer, somebody's desk. I don't believe Arcane I don't think they're bullshit. I think every game comes together at the last minute, and now we're at the last minute, and Arcane's like, yo, we just can't do it. We just can't get the 60 FPS. And here's where you go, you know what? We'll delay it. We'll delay it, or we'll get help and make sure it gets to 60 FPS. But no, they're pushing it out because they had no games last year. They had no games last year. It's time to work the power of Game Pass. You know what the power of Game Pass is? Maybe going and getting, I don't know, a Jedi Survivor or whatever on Game Pass. Maybe not at launch, but maybe over this summer. Something like that. There's just no way they can launch this. There's just no way. I would be shocked by next week we don't hear that it's been delayed. And if it hasn't, I'm seeing some people say, well, we're just loud online fanboys and they probably have data that most people still play in quality mode. It doesn't matter. That's a huge L. If you can do 4K 30, you can do 1080 60. You're cutting it, by a quarter and just raising the frame rate, just doubling it. So dividing the resolution by 4 and just only doubling the frame rate. They can't achieve that. They can't even do 40 frames per second. They can't just unlock it and let our VRR televisions handle it, even if it goes from 45 to 60. I would be okay with that. Well, unless it's more towards 45 than 60, but just a huge fucking L. Xbox, they can't do this. They absolutely cannot do this. Sony is coming out saying that Digital Foundry, they say Digital Foundry helps persuade people to buy games on PlayStation over Xbox. And now when an Xbox-only game can't even get good performance, man, I even made a video the other day about the whole IGN Redfall, the gameplay looks bad. And I was going to be like, no, it doesn't. It's just the game. It's just the person playing the game. I'm glad I didn't post that. And shout out to all the Xbox dorks who got flown out to do a preview of this game and no mention of it being 30. Did they play it at 30? I mean, I should see all over the timeline hey, you guys flew us out and you said it was 60. Why didn't they bring it up? Did they only play it on PC? Did they not ask about the performance? I figured if I was being flown out, that would be one of the questions. That would probably be one of the first questions. All right, is this going to have a performance mode? Is this going to run at 60? Man. I'm looking at what's Colt Eastwood got? I don't know. I didn't watch his review, but he's been all over the timeline saying how great the game is. I know there's been many others, but this ain't it, Xbox. This is you're in last place. You can't afford this. You're in last place. You have to be perfect. It may not seem fair, but you have to be perfect because you got to even convince me. I have a Series X, but I'm playing Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm like, oh wait, I bought this on PlayStation. Maybe I'll just go back to playing it over there. They got to be perfect. There's no room for error. This is the big game besides Starfield, and now I'm worried about Starfield. Delay Starfield. I don't care if they both get another year delay. What's that dumbass Miyamoto saying? A broken game is great once it's fixed. Okay, so, I mean, that's what happens. Look at No Man's Sky and everything. Countless others, but, yeah. Not even 40 They couldn't even do 40 FPS. Man. This is what you get with Xbox. You get a Microsoft that don't give a fuck about Xbox. And they're probably... Satya Nadella is yo, where's these games? We bought Bethesda. Where's this Redfall and Starfield? All right, it's coming. Whereas Sony is it's just PlayStation. Everyone who works at Sony would stop what they're doing and go help the developer make sure it gets 60 FPS. That's what needs to happen. And the fact that it doesn't, and I don't care that, this was already in development, so it's not really a Microsoft game. It is. It absolutely is. You don't need to tell me like, well, would it have been 30 FPS on PlayStation as well? Yeah, true, but right now this is what Xbox bought. Xbox, when they bought Bethesda, I'm sure they were showed Redfall, and they're like, yeah, this is ours now. All right, well, that's it. Anyway, I'll be playing Final Fantasy 14 anyways. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you later. Later.